This is episode number 115 of the Homeowner Show. Whether you're DIY or looking to hire, we're here to help you find the best information and options for you and your home. My name is Kevin Hackett, and here with me is Craig Williams.
Hello, and welcome to the Homeowner Show. We're glad that you could join us for this extra special sleepy nighttime episode of the Homeowner Show. It is nighttime.
It is.
For us. If you're listening to this, you're probably getting it like early Tuesday morning. So rise and shine, people. Anyway, we'll get into all that in a minute.
Yeah, but it feels like bedtime 4 hours earlier than it should now.
It's dark at like 5:30.
Exactly.
Somebody should punch Ben Franklin in the throat.
No doubt. Why can't we all be like Arizona? That's not something you hear all the time.
Not right now.
Not right now. Well, nobody really knows what's happening in Arizona right now.
Well, I mean, like when the episode airs, hopefully we'll know something that's going on in Arizona.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll have figured their stuff out.
No doubt.
But there's all kinds of... Man, let me tell you something. So somebody recently recommended to me to start watching Yellowstone.
Okay.
Have you watched this?
No, but I know about it.
You know about it?
Yeah.
So, and I can't decide what's more brutal. What's going on with politics in the country right now or that show. And if you've seen the show, it is brutal.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as Game of Thrones, but it's like definitely as shocking.
Yeah.
And just like, I mean, like it sort of like makes guttural movements inside your body when stuff happens in the show. Like, oh, and like I don't know which one I'd rather watch. Like the horribleness that happens in that show, or the horribleness that's happening on the news right now. And I don't even watch the news.
Right.
And I'm talking to people, and they're telling me, no, you know what? That's a good tip right now. Tip for the show. Stop watching the news. You'll be a happier person. I promise you.
Well, I'll tell you this. I don't watch it.
There you go.
I don't watch the news. I don't watch TV. Well, I watch some TV, but I don't watch like live TV in any way other than sports. I listen to podcasts. Yep. I don't turn the radio on. Do people actually turn the radio on these days?
Apparently it's still happening.
Well, part of my frustration with radio is like there's way more ads and commercials than there is actual
Constantly.
music. Yeah, the content is just ridiculous. So podcast it is for me.
Yeah. Well, and like people, I mean, like, you know, we're obviously the smart guys in the right industry, even though we're not making any money.
Right.
But like any magazine you pick up, any radio station you turn on, you're going to be inundated with those ads.
Yeah.
And then the people creating content on those things have to create content that you want to click on and that you want to, follow after. And so like, it's just salacious stuff that like nobody wants to hear.
Right.
And it's probably like not even, it has like a kernel of truth in it, but then they just exaggerate it in order to make you continue to listen. Like, oh my gosh, that happened.
Yeah. So we actually got a magazine in the mail from Target the other day.
The Target?
Yeah, so it's got like the holiday gift buying things in it. Well, my son, I just brought it in, set it on the table. I was gonna throw it away later, and just hadn't got to that part yet.
Yeah.
And my son walks in, and he's like, Legos, and I'm like, here's the problem. Since we only really watch TV that has no commercials in it. My kids are virtually free from I want that specifically, or I want that other than what their friends have, right? And so I'm like, even the magazines are horrible because now they want all the stuff.
I've told people this many times, is the problem, because we're in the same boat. Like my kids have virtually never seen a commercial.
Yeah.
The problem is when they do see a commercial, it's very effective.
Oh yeah. Yes. Those commercials are, you realize how good they actually are.
I mean, my kids are like, I didn't even know that was an option.
Right.
It's like, yeah, we know. We didn't want you to know that was an option.
And I'm kind of like, it's not.
Because up until you saw that commercial, you wanted to go climb a tree.
Yes.
That's all you wanted to do.
Right.
But now you need that thing.
Right. That keeps you in my house. Get out.
Get out.
Exactly. All right. Well, other than politics and other than TV ads, what's going on, man?
That's pretty much it.
That's it. That's nothing. Man, the world.
I don't have time for anything else.
It's gone.
The show, the business, the family.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
you guys are my world.
I guess, yeah. Congratulations, listeners. It's all about you. I don't know. I'm kind of in this place where it's like I don't consume that media most of the time anyway, and so like a couple nights ago when the election was supposed to have been determined, I turned it on, just to kind of see what was going on. My wife was like, "Are we going to watch this?" I was like, "No." I just turned it on to just see what's going on for now.
Yeah,
and we watched whatever we normally watch, and then when she went to bed, I was like, "Okay, let's see what's going on." Nothing.
Yeah. Well, let me, I live for this kind of stuff, and that's why I had to turn it off. I love watching and analyzing and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. For election night, I think I stayed up to 2 or 3 in the morning, looking for results and following. And so a couple things I've learned is that, one, it takes about 20 years to get your election process right.
Okay.
Because the one from that night that was the most efficient was Florida.
Right.
And if you're old enough to remember, in 2000,
it was horrible.
It was the worst state in the union.
Yep.
I mean, and people don't remember, people are being very impatient right now because at this point it's been 3 days.
Right.
And they're like, where are our results?
Yeah.
Y'all, in 2000, it took 37 days to determine who won that election.
Yeah, and it was all because of Florida.
And it was all because of Florida. And who was the most efficient tallier of votes this go round? Florida.
Yeah.
Why? Because they never wanted to have that happen again.
They're like, get us out of the news.
So the good news is, in 20 years from now, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada, they'll have their stuff together by then.
I promise you, there will be other states that fill their void. Somehow there will be people that figure it out.
Yeah. So
anyway,
so we don't know, and and honestly, by the time this show airs, we probably won't know by then either.
No, I doubt it.
There will be people that I won, and it's just going to go to the courts.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say. So not only are we not going to know. What we think we know is not going to be what we actually know, because whoever loses, which I'm pretty sure I know who's going to lose, but whoever loses, they're going to throw a hissy fit.
Oh, everyone's going to throw a hissy fit.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
No.
Both sides are going to. There's already hissies been thrown.
Yes. Lots of fits.
But here's the thing. At the end of the day, if you're me and you're staying up till 2 or 3 in the morning. And you're going to be dumb enough to stay up that late at night.
Yeah.
What little sleep you get that night, you need to make sure that it's quality sleep.
Yeah, because no matter what, the alarm goes off at the same time.
That's right.
And so whatever time you go to bed, that alarm, for me, and I know it's different for you, for me it's 6 o'clock. Every morning at 6 o'clock, and you're going, I would love to sleep till 6.
Slacker.
Yeah. 6 o'clock, my alarm goes off, and I hit the floor running, literally. So,
Well, so what we decided to do tonight was to bring in the guy that transforms sleep for me.
Right.
And so we've got my buddy William Underwood in the studio from Mattress Firm, who helped me and my wife find the mattress that we now love.
That phrase is really important. The mattress that we now love. And we'll probably get into all that. But William, man, we're glad that you could be in the studio.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
it's a pleasure to be here for sure.
Well, and I think this is a topic that might seem like a little askew, but this is like a huge. I mean, and Kevin has brought this up before, and I think it was you that was like, this is a place where you spend like a third.
Yeah,
of your life.
That's right. The way I kind of pitched this I had to pitch it to my wife because when we were buying, we're
gonna do the math, babe.
Yeah, exactly. When we were buying a mattress, the first mattress we ever had was a gift from my parents, and so we already had a mattress.
I literally thought you said GIF.
A GIF?
A GIF. I was like, that is a thin mattress.
Yeah. It is the correct pronunciation, GIF, not GIF,
right.
By the way. Anyway, I digress. So I told her, I was like, look, what we were looking at the time, we were looking at spending roughly $2,500 on this mattress. And at first, we had found one, it was like $900, and it was awful once we got it home, kind of, again, scenario that you understand. And so we were going back, and I was like, look, let's go over here. Let's look at this mattress. We did, and we loved it, both of us. And she was like, that is way too much money. And I was like, look, a third of your life is going to be spent on this. 8 hours is what you should be spending a night, at least, for an adult, right? Maybe more. But if you're doing it correctly, that's a third of your life, right? And most of us, I know everyone in this room, has a vehicle that cost more than $2,500. And my mattress has a 25-year warranty on it. My truck came with 0 warranty on it. And if you buy it new, it might come with a 3-year warranty. So they don't expect it to last 25 years, right? And so, and you're paying tens of thousands of dollars for those vehicles.
Right.
And so I'm looking at the math going, this is a no-brainer to spend this much money on a mattress. But I think a lot of people look at it and go, man, why would I spend that much money on something like that whenever I could spend only, $300 over here and it's a mattress, it's something to sleep on.
I only think that about my kids.
Oh, yeah. Who cares about
They
that?
can sleep on a paper bag for all I care.
Exactly.
They'll have character.
Yeah. So now that we've gone through that whole spiel,
My job's done.
Yeah, that's right. You can go home now, Will.
Go home now.
Kevin, why don't you just hire Kevin?
yeah. Well, so
Listen, lady.
let's do this. Let's do this. Let's back up. William, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into the mattress business? Because you don't just sell mattress, you sell quality sleep as well. So where does that all come from?
So, like you said, Kevin, it's all about quality sleep. I was already in sales. I had a friend of mine that actually worked for Mattress Firm. And he said, hey, why don't you come, you like helping people and you like changing lives. So why don't you come over here and sell mattresses with me? And, it's kind of history from there. 4.5 years, almost 5 years ago, went to work for Mattress Firm, and our big thing is that we want to be the America's trusted authority in sleep. We go through hundreds of hours of training every year to help y'all find the right mattress to fit your needs.
Wow. So
I'm curious as to what that training looks like.
yeah, that's kind of where I was going. I was like,
you tell me hundreds of hours.
Right.
What kind of stuff are you guys covering? Is it different stuff every year, or is it?
Definitely.
Okay.
So just like any other industry, it's always evolving.
Okay.
As we dig deeper into the science of sleep, there's new material that's coming out, new technologies are coming out every year, kind of like the car industry.
Yeah.
You got new models coming out every year. So, and those new models have different materials that they're made out of. And, it's all about every industry. It's all about improving, or you're going to be passed up.
Right.
And so we have online learning that our associates go through. We have in-person builds, or used to be in person. Now it's all virtual.
yeah.
During all this COVID. And we also do role plays with our associates. As one of the senior managers for Mattress Firm, we go through and we role play with our guys to make sure that they not only went through the material, but they actually know how to present that to the customer, and how to actually, like, when yourself and your wife came in, go through what your needs were so we can help you find that right mattress.
Right. And just so everybody know, I don't know if we mentioned that. I mean, the reason we got Will in is he sold me my bed.
Yeah. But you were having major issues. Let's talk about that for just a minute. Because this kind of plays into why William's here, right?
Yeah.
Because you were having major issues.
I was having major back issues.
Right.
And I've been going to the chiropractor, and I have a great chiropractor, Chad. And my wife was like, well, look, there's a divot in the bed. I mean, like, this is obviously not helpful.
Yeah.
And it was on my side of the bed because, I'm a chunk. And it was on her side. And I was like, well, let's just flip the mattress. She goes, no, then I got to sleep in the divot.
Yeah. Well, then you would know how I feel.
That's right. This would happen faster.
She's like, I don't want to know how you feel.
So anyway, Chad had told me, he's like, look, I'll write you a script, and then you can go in and you can get a little bit better deal on your mattress. And I was like, cool. And like, I'm the type of person that I would just deal with it and just be uncomfortable. But my wife was very insistent. It's like, no, I'm tired of you being in pain, because I'll just work through it until it's debilitating and I can't move anymore. But she really coaxed me, and she's like, look, I mean, like, I forget how long we'd had the other mattress, a long time. Again, because like I tend to not be focused on those kinds of things that I'm investing in, or not investing in, which it is an investment, but like, that's just not in my, right there in front of my face is something I need to do.
It's almost like buying tires. Like, a lot of people look at it and it's like,
that's
this
how
is
it feels.
It's a necessary evil, and I had one, so why do I need a new one, right? I mean,
until you spin out on the highway, right?
Exactly.
Which is kind of where I was at. Was like, I'm not, the chiropractor is not helping. I mean, he's doing the best he can, but I'm just not gonna get any better.
Right.
And he's telling me, he's like, well, you really need to fix the mattress. So we reached out to Will, because we knew that where he worked and what he did, and we trusted him, and we was like, well, just come in. And so he brought us in and took us through the whole showroom. But yeah, I was having massive back issues. And I'm still going to the chiropractor, but I'm not in any pain like I was anymore. Like, I was literally, it would take me a good 30 to 45 minutes to get up and going in the morning, just to like work out the kinks of what my back had done to me that night.
Sure.
So
William, a question that I've got is, so a guy like Craig walks into your store.
Okay.
You don't know Craig, or maybe you do know him, but you don't really know what's going on. You just know that he's looking for a mattress.
He immediately patted me down.
Yeah.
Well, this guy looks shady.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you do? What is the first thing that kind of happens past the greeting? Hey, I'm so and so. Nice to meet you.
Sure. So through years of trial and error and learning how to, people aren't going to come right out and tell you, hey, this is what my issues are. And
you probably should, but they don't.
You probably should. Yeah. Just like a doctor, you're going to go, oh, my wife made me come up here.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
not, but you're not going to tell them what's wrong with you.
Right.
Same thing happens, because we're complete strangers.
Right.
And so we're going to we have what's called a buying process that we're going to take you through. First, we're going to tell you about what events we have going on right now. This is the current sale that we have going on. This is what our promotions are that we have going on. And, and it's a 1, 2, 3 process. Try to make it as easy and as painless as we can for you. And then we're going to dig into the issues that you're experiencing. We want to know what you're sleeping on. We want to know how long you've had that particular bed that you're sleeping on, or what we like to call a sleep system, because it is actually a complete sleep system that you're getting involved in. The foundation, the mattress, all of it affects your pillows. Everything affects how you sleep at night. And then we talk about, the environment that you're in. How cold do you keep your house at night? Are you the type that's kicking covers on and off? Are you cold all night long? Are you the type that's bundling up? Because, normally our temperature varies anywhere from 12 to 15 degrees up and down all night long.
Yeah.
Goodness.
And
you're talking about like your internal temperature?
Your internal temperature.
Yeah.
So, when you have those big body spikes in temperature, that takes you out of that REM sleep, that deep sleep, that where you want to be at, because that's where your body's actually healing itself and you're actually getting that good quality sleep. And, that disturbs your sleep patterns. And then we talk about, when you wake up in the morning, how are you feeling? What are you experiencing? Are you experiencing lower back issues? Are you experiencing upper back issues? Are you experiencing neck issues? Is there hip because those are going to be support issues in those 3 categories there. And then we talk about hip and shoulder pain. Hip and shoulder pain. If you're experiencing those issues, usually those are more towards your side sleepers, because those are pressure points. Because your shoulder or your hip area is digging into the mattress, and maybe you're on something that's too firm. You need something that's going to give you more pressure relief. And then we talk about other things like snoring, sleep apnea, acid reflux. We don't only want to sell you a bed, we want to educate you. That way you know more about sleep, because it is, like you said, it's very important. And it is an investment. It's an investment in your health. It's an investment in your family. Because, if you're experiencing those issues where you're so tired that you can't get out there and play with your kid because you're too tired or you're too sore to get out there and do that, and that's being caused by your mattress, how much is that worth to you to get back? Because I can tell you, I got a almost 16-year-old, and I would love to see her more than I get to see her, because she's already starting to develop her own life. So for sure, those kids grow up quick. So
Well, talk to me about the sleep apnea one, because I know, like for us, a big deal was the ability to adjust the elevation of the mattress.
Sure.
Even though like neither one of us have sleep apnea, I know just from I'm in so many homes just throughout the week. I can tell you there is a huge increase in people that have sleep apnea machines in their homes.
Right.
And again, like no one in here is a medical expert, but from what I understand about these things, I mean, like once you start using one of those things, you can't stop using the thing.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of like a lifelong commitment to, I mean, like you have that assisted breathing and you can't back away from it once you start. So what are you guys talking to people about with that?
Well, snoring is, you can snore, but usually if you have sleep apnea, you are a snorer.
Sure.
For sure. And what that is when you are sleeping flat, our chest weight comes up towards our esophagus. Okay. That cuts off our airway. That's why a lot of people that have sleep apnea and that kind of issues, they're side sleepers, because that kind of shifts that weight away.
That's the way they're able to breathe.
That's the way it's easier for them to breathe. So being able to elevate yourself, that refocuses that center of gravity downward, and that opens that airway up and allows you to sleep on your back, which is better for you because then you're not putting all your weight on your shoulder and your hip, and just allows more airflow, more oxygen into your bloodstream, which is also going to allow you to, that's going to help reduce that snoring. It's going to help reduce sleep apnea issues. It's not going to solve them, of course.
Sure.
But it is going to help reduce some of those issues. But as always, get with your doctor. If you have snoring issues, get with your doctor and find out, because sleep apnea is a serious thing. It can be life-threatening for sure.
And I think part of what you're talking about there is something worth mentioning. I mean, I don't know that a lot of people recognize the technological advancements that they've made in mattresses.
Definitely.
And in I forget what you call underneath the
adjustable. We call them lifestyle bases.
Lifestyle bases.
Lifestyle bases.
I want to get the terminology right here. The fancy box spring.
Yeah.
Right.
The one that goes up and down.
Yeah. I was blown away with some of the stuff.
Sure.
And like with the one that we ended up with has like the 0G positioning.
Sure.
The massage features.
Sure.
The underlighting that you can turn on, which really just reminds us that we need to dust under the bed.
Right. Or at my house, it would just cast shadows because there's stuff under the bed.
The stuff under the bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And the new model just came out, by the way. So if you want to come check it out.
Is there a trade-in fee, or what am I looking at here?
Let's make a deal. Well, I think you're getting into an area there, talking about sleep apnea, talking about some of these things that I think a lot of people experience, and again, it's the lack of education that gets us to a place where it's like, I didn't know I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, I came in for the rectangle.
Right. Yeah, it just I wasn't aware that my sleep was affecting so many of these other things.
Exactly.
And that's one of the reasons we had the sleep episode we had with Molly, our friend from New York, who was able to talk through some of those things. We're hoping to have her back on at some point to talk through some more things.
Definitely.
Because so much you even talked about the healing process that happens in our sleep, and it's just kind of amazing what our bodies do during that time frame.
I mean, not to get into the science behind it and everything, because I don't fully understand all what they're doing, but they're even doing studies now where the circulation enhancement that you're talking about, that they call massage, that helps, like, people with vertigo, is helping to realign their center of gravities.
Wow.
And they're seeing that the longer that people are able to stay in that deeper sleep, that REM sleep, that the neurons and stuff in their heads are starting to make connections again. And so, where's that going to lead? Who knows? Maybe someday that helps with Alzheimer's patients and dementia patients, and who knows,
as long as they just need to study it and figure it out.
You got to study it and figure it all out. But sleep's everything, and especially right now when everybody's so health conscious with this virus running rampant and everything else. Colds and everything else, that sleep affects that. Well, they tell you get lots of rest when you're sick. So that's what it's all about. So
well, and I will say, I mean, like just from my own experience with the mattress and the whole setup that we got, I find that, one, my wife has control of the remote control. So if you could look into getting me a second one of those, just for my side of the bed, because if I go to bed after her, I can't get it. But I tend to fall asleep twice as fast if I'm able to turn on I forget what you called it, the massage feature.
We call it a circulation enhancer.
Circulation enhancer. I fall asleep twice as fast, I find, when that's on.
Yep.
It just sinks me into that sleep cycle so much faster.
Does it take you a while to fall asleep typically?
It does. It does. And it's and I have my own issues, but we
don't have time for that, y'all.
No, this is not that show, Craig. No, but it really takes my brain a long time to wind down.
Yeah.
And to get into a place where it's like, okay, now it's time to be quiet.
Women are saying the only man around.
Did I tell you the story about the cat? Like the dream I had about the cat?
No.
All right. So let me tell this story real quick, because it was, to me, looking back on it now, it's really funny. So I woke myself, and this was a couple weeks ago, but because it was frustrating, and two, because now it's funny. Woke myself up. I mean, just like straight awake, like I'd never been asleep, and I'd been having a dream, and you know how people have like those recurring nightmares. So my recurring nightmare is actually, and I tell people it's not really a recurring nightmare because it's something that actually happened to me. That nightmare where you show up and you haven't been to class in a month and you have an exam.
Oh yeah.
So that's my recurring nightmare.
But you had more clothes on than underwear, right? Because that's kind of the other thing, right?
Fully dressed.
Okay, good.
But no, this actually happened to me in college.
No.
Like I had skipped a class for about a month, and I showed up one day and there was an exam, and I passed that class, by the way.
Wow.
No, but it wasn't a hard class. But anyway, so I had a similar dream that night where I had been away. The basis of the dream was I'd been away from my dorm room, right? And I've been married for 15 years now. I haven't had a dorm room, and I can't remember when, right? But like in the dream, I'd been away from my dorm room for like a month. I walk into my dorm room, and there's a cat. And my brain goes, oh my gosh, you completely forgot about the cat. You told so-and-so that you would take care of the cat, and it's been in this room the whole time. And that's when I woke up.
Wow.
And so I wake up, and like this is 40-year-old Craig going, where's the cat? Like I've convinced myself that this cat is, like my brain has convinced itself that this cat is real.
And you don't have a cat.
I don't have a cat. Right. I won't ever have a cat.
Exactly.
But like I can't convince my brain that it's not real.
Oh, wow.
Like, and so like I'm having this internal dialogue, right? Of, hey, dummy, you don't have a cat. You never told anybody that you'd take care of a cat. And then my subconscious brain is going, yeah, but the cat.
That's what woke you up.
Yeah, and like, and so like I'm in panic mode, going like, who did you betray? Who did you let down? Whose cat did you almost kill?
Oh no!
And so I go through this for like 3 hours in the middle of the night, trying to like. And this will just give you some insight. It's like what I mean when it takes me a while for my brain to wind down. It took me 3 hours to talk my brain down into going, listen, dummy.
Wow.
There's no cat.
And you're really
and so
dude, you're really screwed up.
I am. Well, it gets better.
Okay.
It gets better. So I finally get to sleep, and I have to get up the next morning, and I'm making the coffee, and I'm sitting down having coffee, and like I'm looking at it going like, you're such a moron. And I was like, I'm gonna tell my wife about this. So I tell her the whole story, and she goes, well, so what's the cat? And I say, what do you mean?
So she's trying to go all like counselor on
and she goes, well, what does the cat mean? Could it mean something? Are you neglecting something? And I was like, well, I am now.
Right.
Now I got to figure that out.
Right. Thanks a lot. I was just going to listen to podcasts.
So that whole day I was like, what could that dadgum cat be? Nothing, by the way.
It was probably taking a shower.
I don't know.
Yeah. Like you needed to actually not neglect the shower.
Yeah. So anyway,
well, okay. So
I digress.
No, so I think that getting into a good rhythm of sleep is one of the most important things you can do. And the mattress is definitely going to help that. So I want to get a little bit specific, and this is going to be a really tough question to answer, and I realize that as I get into it. I want to preface that. But is there a range that you find most people need to really consider? You're going to spend at least this amount of money to get into a decent mattress, or is it just kind of like, listen, there are some people that a $300 or $200 mattress is great for. Some people are going to need a $4,000 mattress or even more. Is there something that you would tell people that are listening to this episode today? Look, if you are needing a new mattress, you need to consider it's going to cost you probably at least this much money, or is it just you need to go shop? How would you answer that question?
Does it mean like, are you having to save for an engagement ring or something?
Yeah, exactly. Like, because I think that it's. I mean, when I said $4,000, you're not blinking at that. I mean, mattresses can cost way more than that even, and you can find one that's just a regular old box spring mattress that's $100 or whatever, or you could just buy one off of Facebook Marketplace, right? And what is the difference? And is there a threshold somewhere that you're going, okay, if you spend less than this, you're going to regret that you did that in 2 years type of thing?
Well, I know
it's a really hard question to answer.
It's a really hard question to answer because, not only do we want to find you the right mattress for you, and the right bed that's going to fit the needs that you're having to help solve those sleep issues that you're having. But, let's be realistic. We all have a budget.
Yeah, we do.
So we try to have something in everybody's budget that's going to fit those needs. Now, you may have to give up some of those items that would enhance the solutions.
Yeah, like the motor. Whatever the motor is, we need to give up the motor, right?
The circulation enhancement.
Exactly, the motor.
I'm not giving it up.
Right. Not giving it up.
Take it from my cold, dead fingers.
Yeah.
But there's other options out there that are less expensive. It's just a matter of, how important is your sleep? That's the thing. And like Craig, and I'm going to have to pick on you here for a minute. What you just said about your kids. I don't care. They can sleep on whatever.
Right.
That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves. Is people come in and they go, I need a bed for my kid. I said, okay, well, tell me about how your kid sleeps.
Yeah.
Well, it don't matter. What's your cheapest thing you got? And honestly, sleep is more important when kids are little and all through school. Because that's when those, if you want to have a good retirement, they need to be learning.
Yeah.
And those connections are made while they're sleeping, guys.
Yeah, and it's easy to say, but let's put a number on it. So kids that are under the age of teenager, so let's just say 10. Kids under the age of 10 should be getting a minimum of 11 to 12 hours of sleep a night.
That's right.
Okay? If your child who is under the age of 10 is not getting 10 to 11, who's under the age of 10 is not getting 11 to 12 hours of sleep a night, you're going to find that you are hindering their ability to learn, their ability to grow the way they're supposed to. Teenagers are supposed to be getting a minimum of 10 hours of sleep a night. Okay, I'll tell you, that did not happen for me. And I can tell you, based on the school systems that we go to, our children go to in this state of Texas, which is a state that's very heavy focus on education, they don't have time to sleep that much.
That's right.
And so the time that they get needs to be really good, right?
That's right. And turn those electronics off. I mean, if you're a parent, turn those electronics off.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth their sleep for sure.
I agree.
Make sure those electronics are in the other room because especially when they get to those teenage years, they like to.
So I don't even think either one of you guys know this yet, even though we're all friends. Like I just moved my kids to a new school.
What?
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I knew we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Is it the one we were talking about?
I think so.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome.
So they're only going 3 days a week now.
Yeah.
And the middle day is actually a much shorter day. And so like they have a lot more opportunity. Like, if your kid is in public school, the window that you have to spend time with them is very narrow at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And so we had really been trying to find since COVID had happened, we'd pretty much been homeschooling them. And even when the schools opened back up, we opted to keep them at home just to kind of test drive that. But now we found this new school that's like a university model, even for our kindergartner. And so they go 3 days a week. And so they have
cool.
So we have a 4-day weekend with the kids.
Wow.
And so they have a lot more opportunity to sleep in on, more days off than they are in.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're a week in right now, so I can't really tell you the results of that or what that's looking like, but like so far we like it.
Cool.
But like I recognize the difficulty it is in getting kids to get the amount of sleep that they need, especially like if you are a parent that's a night owl anyway, like, well, in me, I tend to not sleep most of the time anyway. Like I'm up late at night and I'm up early in the morning.
Yeah.
And my kids tend to mirror me.
Yeah.
And so it's really difficult, unless they just sleep in the morning, to get that amount of sleep.
Yeah.
Because they want to behave like mom and dad.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you're always compromising on something, right? The world that we live in, we're compromising on something. It's either that we're going to compromise the amount of sleep we get, or we're going to compromise how much we spend on a mattress, or we're going to compromise whatever, right? Comfort tends to sometimes be the thing that we're least concerned about. We want to have certain things. We want a really nice sofa, right? We want a comfortable place to sit, but a comfortable place to sleep is a little bit less important for some reason. And so I knew that asking you that question about price was going to be really difficult, but you answered it in a really great way to say, look, we're going to help you, and we have options. So if you have someone who says something like I said, which is like, hey, $2,500 on our mattress, Craig spent more than I did. On the one a lot more on the one that he bought. Like, you hear that and you're like, oh gosh, I'm never going to buy a new mattress, right? Sure. But they have $400 mattresses at the store that can probably do for you what they need to do. And so, I guess one of the things that I want to encourage people is to come see you, because most likely you're not getting the optimal amount of sleep if you haven't gone through the process of finding the right mattress for you. If you're just using the one that someone handed down to you, or that you bought off Facebook or whatever, you're probably not getting the experience at night that you should.
Right. Or going to a furniture store and I bought a bedroom suite, so I got a free mattress. That's not actually being
catered to,
fitted to a mattress. It's like a suit. You got a fine suit. They fit that. If you go buy a custom suit, they fit that to you and your needs. We try to do the same thing with your sleep system.
That's probably actually a really good comparison, right? I mean, like, if you just go buy like a suit off the rack, right? I mean, like, it might be a good suit, and you might get lucky and it might fit you okay. But like, if you go in and you get measured,
get tailored,
and you have a suit made for you, that's a different suit, right?
Right.
I mean, like, that is made to make you look sharp.
Yeah, I actually had someone talk to me about this just yesterday. They said they had a relative who said that they had a custom tailored suit, not just the suit, but like the shirt, everything was custom tailored. And he said, I would wear this all day, every day. It's one of the most comfortable things that I own. And most men would look at you like you're an absolute crazy person, because who wants to wear a suit? But it's like, no, this was made for me. It fits me. And because of that, I have a better experience. And I love that analogy. It's great.
Well, and the big thing is, I can't tell you how many times I've seen somebody pull up to the store and they're driving a $60,000-$70,000 luxury vehicle. Yeah. And they come in there and they look at the price and they go, oh yeah, I'm not spending that much.
Yeah.
And and then you just start diving into what's going on, and I'm like, okay, so how long do you spend in your car every day? Well, 2 hours. I drive it 2 hours a day. Hour to work, especially here in Houston. Hour to work, hour home.
At least, right?
And I said, well, how long do you spend in your bed? Well, 8 hours. Or the answer I love is, as long as I can. And what it is we are, as a society, it's all about the outward appearance to people.
Right.
And, you're not inviting people into your room. I don't know if you have or not, Craig, but
I do.
You're like, check out my bed, but I mean, but if you're just sleeping on something that wasn't made for you, it's a bed.
I'll tell you this. He does not say it like that. Check out my bed. Yeah. Check out my bed. It's very different.
That's where I do my best work.
Oh gosh, we have derailed quickly. Let's move on. Okay. Question. What do you think whenever people come in, what's that feature that they've heard about? They want the blank. Like, give me the mattress with the blank. What is that? My guess, at least for a while, it was memory foam. It had to have been memory foam for a long time. Like, I need the memory foam.
The big thing right now is, purple is huge now. Do
y'all sell purple?
Oh, we do sell purple.
Nice. I laid on a purple.
He laid on a purple.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their pillows are cool.
Their pillows are awesome.
Did you bring an egg with you?
No.
That's kind of their thing,
Come on
right?
over.
Oh, you do an egg test?
We can do the egg test.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they see things on TV and they're like, I want that.
Oh, of course,
right.
of course.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, purple's one of the best at marketing. I mean, they're amazing, and, and their beds are amazing too.
Yeah, no, the bed was comfy. I mean,
very comfy.
I really don't have anything bad to say about it.
Yeah.
It just didn't have the features that we ultimately wanted. Yeah. So and I'm going to try and answer your question because I think it's actually hard because I was a nincompoop walking in there. I don't even know the features that are available.
Right.
But the one that I was most excited about when I walked into the store was the cooling. Is it the cooling gel? Is that what it is? What is that? It's like a cooling. It's the thing that lowers the temperature in the bed.
Ice cubes.
No.
Oh.
Phase change material.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's what is it like 7 degrees that it?
Your particular mattress is 8 degrees cooler.
8 degrees cooler.
Yeah.
Like when I found out about that, I was like, yes, that. Yep. How did I not know about that before? Sure. And that became pretty much the center of our purchase at that point. I didn't care about anything else. Like, what do I have to do to get that?
Yeah, I want to be cooler.
Yeah, because I tend to get really, really hot.
Yeah,
when I sleep, and sliding into a cool bed is really, really nice.
Yeah.
We always had there was a guy I knew that always had the saying, "Cooler than the underside of the pillow."
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
So
that dude was a Sports Center guy, wasn't he?
Oh, I don't know.
I think he's a cooler than the flip side of your pillow or something like that.
See, I'm the wrong guy to ask.
Yeah.
I never watch sports.
Who knows? I'm going to look it up while y'all are talking.
All right, you look it up.
Right. Yep. Yeah. It doesn't matter, but I want to know.
We want to give credit where credit is due.
The big thing right now is hybrids. So a lot of people, they like the pressure relieving feel of memory foam. But they don't like that you don't get the pushback of a regular coiled mattress that we've slept on for hundreds plus years.
Okay.
And so that's where the hybrid comes in.
They want to jump on the bed.
They want to be able to jump on, have that little jumpy spring,
little boost,
but they still want the pressure relief of the memory foam. And so that's what it is. It's a combination of the two technologies, which is really nice.
And I was going to say, I think you were explaining to me that the number of coils that are actually inside a bed actually affect the price and the luxury level of the mattress.
The densities of the foam, and you got high density foam versus low density memory foam, gel foams. I mean, we can sit here all night long and talk about the different science and makeups of the bed. And, if there's single wire coils or triple wire coils, and it's just a matter of is it 3 feet of steel per coil, or is it 9 feet of steel per coil, or is it the old school mattress where you can jump on one side and bounce your partner out the other side. The one that we slept on when we were kids, that you worry about the spring coming up through the bottom of the bed.
You could double bounce somebody on that booger.
Right.
Yeah. And, the biggest thing that we get, the biggest misconception that we got to get over when we're talking to people is, people, the first thing they come into and they say, well, I need something firm because I need something that's going to support my back.
Right.
You can get good support from a soft mattress. It's just a fact of it nowadays.
That sounds luxurious.
It is. That's it.
That's right. Okay, so I just have to tell you.
Okay.
I was way off, Craig. It was Uncle Cracker.
Uncle Cracker.
in the lyrics of one of his songs, Smile. the song Smile by Uncle Kracker.
When did that come out?
He says, you make me dance like a fool. He goes with all these things, and he says, you're cooler than the flip side of my pillow. And
he's attributed as being like the first one to say that.
I guess. I mean, it's 2009. It's what's coming up, at least.
Good Lord, I haven't heard that name since high school.
There's a
that's when he was.
for
that's
that.
when he came out, right?
It was early,
late 90s.
Yeah. Well, yeah, probably, yeah.
I'm learning new things about both of y'all.
Wasn't he?
Right.
Was he the one that was buddies with like Kid Rock or something like that?
Was it Kid Rock? Yeah, it was. Yeah, Kid Rock and Uncle Kracker. They did some stuff together, and then I'm getting some other things.
Well, no, like this is important because it's far enough away now that like Kid Rock is like running for office or something like that.
Yeah,
is he?
I don't know if he did or if he's planning on it or what the issue is. But
Kanye was actually on the ballot.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
So
not in Texas.
Not in Texas.
He's already announced his bid.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but
Exactly.
he's the only one that's conceded.
Right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the others aren't going to concede. Ever. And we're back.
Proving once again that Kanye was the smartest man in the race.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that says a lot. Says a whole lot.
I'm out of here.
That's right.
Go back to making records.
So, what have we not talked about that you would like to talk about?
I actually have one.
Sure.
Because I think like, and here's why I bring this up, because I think when most people walk onto like a car lot, the guy that they avoid is the salesman.
That's right.
And instinctively, I don't anymore. I actually enjoy engaging these guys because most of them, like, they know about the vehicle. They're going to be able to tell me stuff that I don't, and they also recognize that, like, this is probably not going to be a sale.
Right.
And I do this all the time. I actually take my car to the dealership to get the oil changed. I go find a salesman because they're bored.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
And they tell me all kinds of stuff. When we came in, I think going into a mattress store could be one of the more awkward things because what someone like you might tell me is like, well, start laying on them. See what feels good. And this can be kind of like a weird thing, like, sure, lay on this one, but like when I laid down on a mattress, and I don't know if you remember this or not, but like you picked up on something that I was doing as I was laying on the mattress. Do you remember this? No? Anyway, I crossed my legs when I was laying down, and you're like, oh, you've got back problems.
Yep.
I'm like, how do you know that? And you're like, because you're crossing your legs.
Yep.
I'm like, what does that have to do with the price of yen, or I don't know? But like this is something, this is something that guys like you pick up on, and are obviously with 100 hours of training, something went through. Right. But like that's why you do those kinds of things. That's why you interact with guys like you, is because you're going to be able to obviously you're having problems. Do you lay like that all the time? And then that led to a series of questions. They're like, this is where I'm experiencing pain. You're like, oh, well, check this out. And so like, and I guess kind of my question about that is, are people kind of like standoffish?
Well, yeah, definitely. And there's been studies done behind shopping for a new car. Shopping for a mattress is number 2.
Yeah. Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Definitely. Yeah. People, and what it is, it's kind of awkward. Number one, you're laying in bed in front of some stranger.
Right.
And then, unfortunately, I think a lot of them in the industry just tell you, hey, lay on the bed, see if it feels good to you, because that's the easy way out, and that's something that we try to avoid at Mattress Firm, is that we're not there to take the easy way out. I think y'all were there for a couple of hours.
No, easily. Yeah.
And that's what sets us apart, is we're actually trying to fit you to that right system, where we could be like a lot of places out there, and we could say, okay, yep, oh, that one feels good, great, let's write it up, get you out the door.
Yeah.
And then you're with regret, and it's the wrong decision. and we, we're going to do everything that we can to make sure that we find you the proper sleep system to fit your needs. Mm-hmm. And, that's something that sets us apart from everybody else, is that if we haven't, and Craig experienced this because Brandy, your wife thought that she needed the firm mattress.
Yeah.
She had it in her head, and, she was miserable. I'm glad you brought it up, because that was a great moment of like customer service. I don't remember how long we had that mattress. I think it was like a week. Yeah, about a week.
And my wife was not getting any sleep, and so we reached out to you and we're like, look, this one's not working. We need to try something else.
And I think that you told me, you were like, man, we're gonna have to call William. He was dreading it, because he was like, this is not going to be comfortable. How do we tell him we want to return something that we spent thousands of dollars on? Like, how do we do that? And when I asked him about it, he was like, oh, it was easy.
Yeah. And he told us up front. He's like, look, if it doesn't work, call me.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of people out there that hear that and go, yeah, whatever.
Yep.
But like the next, it was within 2 days of making the phone call. I think we had the other mattress in the house, and people were sleeping, and Daddy was happy again.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. And that's something that we do different, is we give you 4 months. Because which
is a long time.
That's a long time. Well, when you're talking, a very inexpensive mattress, you can break that mattress in quickly.
Right.
When you're getting into the higher density level foams and the thicker gauge steel and everything, it takes longer to break that mattress in.
Yeah.
Because we actually, and this is something that people don't realize, is we actually we'll walk on mattresses at the stores when we get them in, and and what that allows us to do is it allows those pores on the foams to open up, and allows those springs to be compressed and everything. Because what we want you to experience is how that mattress is going to feel once it's broken in.
Right.
What the final feel is going to be like. Because if you only felt it how it felt when you first got it,
we'd never buy it.
That 4 months, number one, you wouldn't never buy it.
No.
But number two, 4 months down the road, if you did buy it, you're going to be like, hey, this mattress is already falling apart and junk, because it's not giving me the support I need.
No.
Right.
Yeah, which was definitely the case. Because after a week, she was like, "This does not feel like the mattress." Mm-hmm. And with the one that we have now, after we'd broken that one in, we left on a trip.
Yeah.
And we went. I say this because we went to like a really, really nice hotel, and the whole time we were there, she's like, "This mattress sucks."
Yeah. Right. Yeah, but we had a very similar experience whenever we were looking for a mattress. We went in, we bought the mattress that we liked.
Sure.
It was like, I don't know, it wasn't very expensive, really. It's like $800.
Right.
Yeah. And when I say that's not very expensive, there's some very expensive mattresses out there.
Oh, yeah.
We spent 3 times that amount whenever we finally decided on one that we wanted. But we had the same experience. We got it home, and we laid down on it. We're like, this is not this. In fact, we called the store. I'm sure you get this a lot. Mm-hmm. We called the store and we're like, did y'all deliver the right mattress? Because this doesn't feel the same way as it did in the store. Mm-hmm. And so the salesman said, look, we understand there is a break-in period. Okay.
Sure.
We honestly gave it like 2 more nights, maybe 3. And we're like, we can't do this. We cannot do this. Neither one of us were sleeping. It was horrible. It was so stiff. And then, whenever we got the bed that we decided on, it was like, like you said, Craig, it's like instantly better. But there is a break-in period.
That's right.
That I'm thinking the salesman should have told us that whenever we bought it.
And you said, you just asked me, I bet y'all hear this a lot. We really don't.
Oh, really?
And that's the reason why, is because we want to set those expectations.
We didn't go to Mattress Firm, y'all.
Sorry.
Mattress Giant or some one of those other ones. We're not going to go into that.
They're part of us now. So.
Okay. Well,
you bought them out?
Yeah, we bought them out. So.
It was probably like mattress junk. It was something.
You'd have a better experience now.
The big thing is, we want to set the proper expectations so that you know what to expect when you get your new bed at home. We also, another thing that you and your wife experienced is we have a 120-night low price guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
So if it goes on sale for less, 4 months after you bought it,
you
get money back.
That actually happened to us.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I think it was like 2 weeks after we bought it, it went on sale.
Yeah.
And we got it. I don't know if you called us.
Yeah.
Or
did you call? It was actually when we rescheduled your thing. I was like, hey, you know what? It's on sale too. So we're bringing you a different bed and we're giving you some money back. So.
Wow. Twist my arm.
That was a really good day for you.
It was a good day. I got to sleep. I got some cash.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, cool. Well, man, this has been a wealth of information, I think. And, one of the things we try to do, William, is we try to give our listeners the opportunity to own their home better, to live their life a little bit, better. And I think one of you're going to spend more time in bed in your home than you are probably anything else. If you work outside of your home, then your bedroom is the most important place in your home.
That's right.
It's the place you spend more time than anything else. So if that is something that you are not experiencing, please go find somewhere that can fit you to the right place. And William's going to say, please come to Mattress Firm.
Yeah, Mattress Firm, Tomball. Let's be specific.
Yeah, exactly.
Come see my team.
Are Mattress Firms across the country now?
Yes. So we are in all 50 states.
Are you really?
Yep.
Dude, that's fantastic.
We sure are. Including Alaska and Hawaii.
Nice.
And so
soon to be Puerto Rico. Is that
maybe we might have to add another state.
Yeah.
But definitely, and that's another great benefit to us. So if you do move somewhere, all of our computers are connected.
Yeah.
So, we can find your order anywhere. Plus, we've been around since 1986.
Mm-hmm.
I can find your records back to 1986.
Oh, wow.
So, if something did happen and you had to file a warranty claim or something like that, because, humans are involved. Occasionally, there are some issues there.
Sure.
We can help you with that as well. But yeah, definitely we'd love to help you if you're not experiencing that. Big things is, sleep's important, not only for yourself, but definitely sleep's important for your kids as well.
Yeah. So. And let me say this, because I actually had a very interesting warranty experience recently with Best Buy.
Okay.
And this is no shade at Best Buy. It was just kind of like weird. And I say this because I've had nothing but a good experience with Mattress Firm. Mm-hmm. But those that know me know that I constantly listen to audiobooks and things like that. So a big part of my life are my earbuds. Well, I recently switched over to the Bose sunglasses, and I've had those for about a year now. Life-changing. Fantastic product. Love the product. And yeah, if you guys haven't checked them out yet, the Bose sunglasses, I think the cheapest pair is like $200 that you can pick up from Best Buy. Well, my wife had bought them for my birthday last year, and she'd paid for the extended 2-year warranty. So about a week ago, they just quit turning on. And I was like, well, nuts to this. I'm just going to take them to the store and have them honor the warranty. So I took them into the store, took them the sunglasses, the whole shebang, and I was like, here's my warranty. There you go. And they go, yeah, okay, cool. Go pick out whatever pair you want. No problem. So I went back there, found the exact pair that I wanted, the same pair that I had before, and took it back up to the front. And he goes, okay, good. Do you want to go ahead and buy the warranty for these? And I said, no, because this warranty is good till 21. And he goes, no, your warranty's expired now. And I said, why? And he goes, because you just used it. What?
What?
And he goes, yeah, because you exchanged them. That nulls the warranty for the rest of it. If you want to, you can now warranty these sunglasses, but these are not. Otherwise, these aren't going to be warranted.
Oh,
and I said, but I paid for 2 years. they're like, yeah, but you used it. I was like, that doesn't make sense.
That's not a warranty. That's a replacement.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a replacement for cost.
And so
that's not a warranty.
And I was like, I'm okay if that's the policy, but this is very tricky.
Right.
And I would imagine like however many times the mattress fails, the warranty is for the warranty.
The warranty's the warranty. Yeah.
And so like you really have to pay attention. Unfortunately, you really have to pay attention to some of these companies and the way that they're structuring their programs. Because like for a $200 set of sunglasses, I had to pay another $50 for additional 2 years.
William, please do not get us started on home warranties. That we don't have time for that.
Free at last. Free at last.
Thank God Almighty. Free at last.
But yeah, seriously, I mean, if you don't come see me in Tomball, go to one of our stores.
Yeah.
Because
just name drop. They all know you.
Yeah. Tomball. There's 2 stores, 4 corners in Tomball.
Yeah. And you guys are on 2 corners, right?
We're on 2 of the 4 corners. And I have a great staff there. Myself, Bill, Chris, Mike. Christine, we'd all love to help you.
Shout outs to people.
Shout outs to my people.
That's right. They're going to have to jump on and hear their name now.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's it. But yeah, Black Friday sales already started.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, which is huge. Come in there, say you heard us on here, and we'll.
So
there's a few brands that we can offer additional savings on, but the brands that we can, we'll get you an extra 10%.
So I mean, just to kind of tickle people's interest, what's the craziest Black Friday deal you got going on right now?
Right now, Black Friday, we have King for the price of a queen.
Okay.
And a free head-up adjustable base.
Okay.
So that's huge.
That's a good deal.
Also, Kingsdown right now is offering up to $1,600 off.
Oh my goodness.
On their mattresses, which is huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great luxury brand.
It's a good Christmas present right there.
Yeah.
Sleep.
And 0% financing too. So.
Oh yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like we've hit a lot of important things.
That's it.
Well, this has been really good, but we really can't continue this episode without taking you through probably what Craig and I feel like is the most important segment.
The gauntlet,
which is the Final Four.
The Final Four.
That's right. So these are the Final Four questions we ask all of our guests.
Unless you're a repeat guest. And because we skipped it last time.
We did, because we've already done the Final Four.
We don't want to hear from those suckers.
Right. Yeah, so Final Four questions we ask all of our guests. So we're just going to kick it off. All right, so here we go. What is the must-have tool that you won't leave your house without?
Must-have tool. Definitely. I'm sure you heard it 100 times. My phone.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Just being in management with my company.
Yeah.
Never know when that call's coming, or being married, you never know when the wife's going to call. So gotta be.
Don't be without it.
Don't be without it.
That's right. Definitely your phone.
That's definitely my phone.
All right. Yeah. Great. All right. We'll go over to the second question.
Okay.
So what's a job you've walked away from? Now, this is something that we kind of wanted this to be like, what's a project you walked away from your house? So if you've got something, that would be great. If it's a specific job, though, we'd be interested in hearing that too. But what's a job that you've walked away from?
Oh, project I walked away from. Well, so with all the COVID going on this year in our community pool being closed, we got the bright idea to go out and buy a above ground pool.
Oh yeah,
and
super popular right now.
Super popular, hard to find.
Yeah.
And so I get out there, and my yard's kind of, if you stand back and look at it, you really can't see it, but it has a nice slope to it. Sure. And so got out there and started leveling it out and everything, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this looks pretty nice and level. And so I'm like, because I've worked on it for like 2 days now.
Sure.
So I'm tired of hauling dirt and everything else.
Right.
Is it good enough for me?
Right.
Can't see it from my work. So I start putting the pool together and start putting water in it. I'm like, this is a little off. I'm like, start Googling on the internet. Well, exactly how level does a pool have to be?
Yeah.
And you know what? I was like, okay, turn the water off.
Yeah.
Let's drain it.
Right.
Get on our homeowners page. Who knows anybody that can come level a yard?
Yes.
So that was the one. Most things I can take care of myself. Or
Who'd you get to do it?
my mom's yard guy actually.
Okay.
I hired him, and then he hired one of his buddies to come do it for him.
Subcontracted out.
Subcontracted out. I didn't care.
He's like, I ain't doing it.
No.
Yeah,
No.
he showed up at the end, and he's like, "Okay, let me stomp it one time."
Right.
Okay, there you go, Mr. William. It's good.
Wow. Well, that man, I've done that kind of stuff before, and at the end of the day, you're like, can someone please just do this?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm so done.
Definitely.
All right, that's a good one. That's a really good one. All right, third question.
Okay.
How do you wind down at the end of a long day?
So my days kind of like Craig. They start really early in the morning, and most of the time they end really late at night.
Yeah.
So usually I'm getting home 9:30 at night.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point, it's just eat dinner really late, and it's kick back in my recliner and just enjoy the quiet because the kids are already in bed, and just
Right.
sit back and relax, and usually read an article or listen podcast or some kind of background noise, and just chill there in the recliner. That's my evening. I'm pretty boring.
All right, so now you brought up a question that I think we need to answer really quickly. So we're going to take a break, but it fits right in. What mattress do you sleep on?
What mattress do I sleep on? I sleep on Tempur-Pedic.
Okay.
Yeah. Not as advanced as Craig.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Craig's got the newer version of
Yeah.
it.
He'll let you come see his.
That's right. Look at my bed.
I get to lay on it quite a bit at work, so I'm like, man, I need to upgrade.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
I hear they've got some really good sales going on right now.
they do. Well, Tempur not so good right now, but but it's coming, I'm sure, here in the future. But that's one of the ones that we don't get discounted either.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm kind of like all of y'all. I'm like, man, do I really want to put that much money in when I already got one? So,
Yeah, exactly. This works fine.
But I will say my kids sleep on nice luxury beds too.
There you go. Awesome. Very cool. All right. Well, let's get back to the last question here. What's one of the best pieces of wisdom or advice you've ever received? Like we were talking about earlier about how my daughter's getting older, or my oldest daughter's getting older and everything, and she's more involved with sports and school and friends and all that. And, she's a sophomore in high school, and a couple of years she'll be headed off to college and everything. So I think the biggest word of advice I can give anything is no matter what you're doing and out there, none of that matters but what happens at home. At the end of the day, home's all this. That's the only part of it that's going to count, because the rest of the world out there and all this politics and everything else that's going on, they could care less about you. So it's all about family and how you affect that life at home. And,
Craig, you're mentioning how, our families, the kids try to mimic how we are and how they like to stay up late and get up early and everything else. And, same thing goes with sleep. If you're, I can't tell you how many times I've been up at 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever. And my youngest, who's 5, she'll come out there and she's like, oh no, I'm like, why aren't you in bed? Oh, I just want to hang out with you, Dad.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing. Cause, honestly, we don't spend enough time with our families.
Right.
That's
typically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's really good. That's really good. Thanks for sharing that with us. Well, Craig, what else? We miss anything?
No, I think we all need to go to bed.
Man, there's no doubt about that. Well, listen, thank you everyone for downloading today's episode. It's been really, really good. William, thank you for taking the time to come and spend some time with us.
Well,
we really appreciate it.
Thank y'all for letting me come out and spend this time with y'all. It's been fun.
Of course.
Absolutely. Now, there is a secret question that we didn't get to yet for the Final Four. There's actually this super special question that Craig gets to ask. So, Craig, go ahead.
Yeah. And I get to ask it because it's the only one I can remember. If people have questions and they want to get a hold of you, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way to get a hold of me anytime, because I want to make sure I get back with you if I'm not available. You can email me, william.underwood@mfrm.com. Or that's probably the
easiest way.
Yeah.
We'll link that up.
I always have my phone, so
So we'll link that up in the show notes and make sure people have access to that, so that they can send you spam, and all sorts of appropriate emails.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of emails, we have one.
Yeah. Okay.
info@homeownershow.com. If you got any questions, if you have any suggestions for episodes or anything like that, let us know. We would love to field that email from you. So give us a shout. We would love to interact with you on Facebook, Twitter. Don't try, but Instagram, you can try over there as well. And
punch the like button.
Yeah, exactly. We're on YouTube. We got our video coming out. So typically our podcasts are coming out on Tuesday. The video podcast is going to come out on YouTube on Thursday. So check all those out. And man, we would love to hear from you. If you have a chance, go on Apple Podcast, leave us a rating and a review. That would really, really help us out. We appreciate that very much.
It's the least you could do.
It's literally the least you could do. Thank you for being, that, whatever that is. Right? So anyway, we really do appreciate it. Thanks for downloading the episode. Hope you have a great day. We're here every single Tuesday. So thanks for joining us. Until next time, we'll see you later.
See you.